I'm trying to get this switched over. There we go. And we'll be sure to go both ways. Good. We'll switch arms. And go the other way. We can do some swings in front of us. Good, now we'll work into our legs. We're gonna go side to side. And we'll switch. Excellent. Now we'll go front and back on that first leg. And we'll switch. Good. Now we'll do our hip hinges and our squats. So for hinges, we'll have our feet shoulder width apart. Just hinge backwards, slight bend in your knee. And then we'll come back up, trying to increase our range of motion with each rep. Feel those hamstrings pull for you. Trying to activate those glutes and your hamstrings as you stand up. Start to get them nice and warm. Good, we'll do about 3 more. And last one. From here, we're just gonna go into squats. You may wanna widen your feet just a little bit, not too much though. And then we're keeping our weight in our heels and just sitting back, trying to get our thighs parallel to the ground. We'll do about 8 of these. Good. 2 more. Excellent. If you need a little bit extra stretching, you can take it right now. I'll explain these first 6 exercises. So the first one's gonna be mountain climbers to plank jacks. So we're just gonna get in our high plank and do 8 mountain climbers. And then from there, we're just gonna do plank jacks. So jump our feet out, back in, out and back in. So 8 climbers, 4 jacks. Then we'll grab both your weights and we're just gonna do alternating front raises to lateral raise. So slight bend in your knees, shoulders will stay back and down. Palms will face in towards your thighs at first, then we'll just raise nice and even with our shoulders. Come back down, then we turn so our palms are on the outside of our legs facing in towards our body. Raise, back down. So we're just alternating back and forth there for 30 seconds. Then we're gonna drop one weight, and which side we do first doesn't matter too much. I'm gonna put my left leg forward. Weight's gonna be in my right arm, so we're just gonna get ourselves in a good lunge position. And all we're gonna do is lunge, and then as we stand, press. So we've done the squat press where it's both arms, both legs. So this is just a variation of that. So we're gonna do one side for 30 seconds, and then switch sides for 30 seconds. Then we're gonna do dolphin push-ups. So these are a new one. And we're gonna start by being in a low plank here. So we're gonna have our elbows under shoulders and then our butt down. And then all you're really gonna do is think about doing kind of a pike. So you're gonna come up on your toes a bit, but we're just gonna kind of raise up and lower. So we're thinking about contracting our core so hard that it makes us go kind of up into an inverted V. And then the last one will be dead bug. So we'll be on our back. Think about pushing equal pressure from palm to knee. And then we're going to lower opposite each arm and leg. You can add weight in your hands here if you need to increase your intensity a bit. You'll feel a little bit more ab work here. And so those are the first 6. We're going to just go through those. We'll go through them, take about a 30-second rest, and then start going through them again. So it'll be about 9 minutes, closer to 10 minutes of work here. And then we'll dive back in. So we are starting with those mountain climbers to plank jacks. Let's do it. So we have 8 mountain climbers, 4 plank jacks. If you prefer the mountain climbers over jacks or vice versa, you can do 8 each leg or 8 total. You can kind of vary it here. Good, we're hopping up. Front raise to lateral raise. If this one, maybe not this round, but in the second or third round feels too intense, you can alternate your arms, of course, and just do one at a time. Five seconds, we're dropping a weight. And we have the single leg squat thruster, more of a lunge thruster. We'll go into that. Get yourself in a nice lunge position here. Core is engaged. Knee isn't shifting over your toe. And you're pressing straight up from that shoulder. Good. Switch your sides. Same movement. Feet can stay about shoulder width apart here. Keeps you nice and balanced. That back hip, think about pulling it forward to keep your hips nice and even. Good, we drop the weight. We're in a low plank for those dolphin push-up things. This may feel like an uncomfortable movement at first, but just think about lifting your hips. It's not a huge movement. Five more seconds here and we flip over. Good. Flip it over. I'm gonna pick up my weights for at least now. This may not last all 3 rounds, but we lower, opposite arm, opposite leg in control. Think about keeping your core nice and tight here. That's where we're focused right now. Good. And relax. We're gonna do about a 30-second rest and then same drill. So just those 6 exercises again. We've got them 2 more times. Get a little sip if you need it. And in 5 seconds, we're going again with those plank jacks and mountain climbers. We go in 3, 2, 1. 8 climbers, 4 jacks. Keep those hands under your shoulder, butt down. Feel your core nice and engaged for you. Good. Hopping up, front raise to lateral raise. Belly button's pulled into your spine. Shoulders are back and down. 10 more seconds. Good, one weight goes down. Squat thrusters, one-sided, hips are pulled. That back hip, really think about it being pulled forward, engaging your inner thighs. Ten more seconds, and then we just switch sides. Good, switch it up. That weight can come down to your shoulder, and we're just pressing straight up. Focus on your breathing, don't forget about it. Good. To the floor, we have these dolphin push-ups, so we start in a low plank, and then we squeeze our core. And when we return back, we get into that nice low plank position, butt down. Ten more seconds here. Good, we just flip over for dead bugs. Think about, while you're not really doing it, holding equal resistance between your knees and hands to engage that core from the low, from in your hips, to up through your ribs, and you've got full engagement. Then when we lower opposites, our obliques come into play. Excellent work. We're relaxing. We got, again, 30. And then we jump into that third and final round here, so we should really be feeling nice and warm. Feel fairly comfortable with those movements. So I want us to work to increase our rep count a little bit. But otherwise, nothing's changing. We're starting with those mountain climbers to plank jacks in about 5 seconds. And we go. 8 and 4 here. Keep yourself moving. It doesn't matter what pace. Five more seconds. Good, hop up. Grab your weights, front raise to lateral raise. Nice and controlled. Movements down with those weights too. Working against gravity, not just letting them fall to our sides. Good. Set that weight down. Squat thrusters, one side. Feet stay in the same position. We're just bending at our knees. Standing fully, activating that back glute at the top. And we switch our sides. Back hip, pulled forward, inner thighs feel like they're lacing towards each other to activate them. Keeping our core nice and upright and engaged to keep us from trying to bend and squeeze that weight up with our opposite side. Excellent, we're to the floor for the dolphin push-ups. Last round of these little boogers. Make sure You start with yourself in a good low plank position, and you get back there to begin each rep. Good. Flip over, last exercise right here. We've got dead bugs again. Again, weight's optional, adds a little resistance, but if you do that, I want you controlling it. And you're controlling it with core activation here, core engagement. Excellent work. And relax. We've got about 2 minutes of recovery here. I'm just gonna grab a quick sip, and then we're gonna go to that bottom left square. I'll explain the exercises, and then we'll hop into it. So that'll be the format. 3 rounds, 30 seconds, not too terrible. Not tons of cardio in this one. We're really working on strength here, getting all of our muscle groups engaged, burning effectively calories, more calories that way. So, first exercise, dumbbell swings. We love them. 1 weight or 2 weights, whatever your options are. And we start our movement with weight in our heels and on the outside edge of our feet. It becomes a hinge movement. So we hinge our hips back and then snap our glutes and our hamstrings up and out to fire those dumbbells up. It's a leg movement, it's a butt movement, and we want the focus to be there. We're not worried about swinging those weights with our shoulders. We want momentum from our upper body, our lower body to carry up through our core, out through our upper body. So that's that first exercise. Then we're doing curtsy lunge to a lateral leg lift, one side for 30 seconds each. So for curtsy lunge, we step behind us and to the opposite side, do a lunge. As we come up, we squeeze laterally. So we squeeze those obliques, that outer glute, and then we just go back, and we're doing each side there for 30 seconds. Then we're gonna do an isometric bicep curl. So for this, we'll need both our weights, and what we're gonna do is put our left arm at 90 degrees, holding that weight. We're just gonna hold that weight there. Elbow stays in nice and tight, arm stays at 90. And then with our right arm, we're doing bicep curls full, but we're just holding the left. Then 30 seconds in, we just switch. Core, of course, stays engaged there, belly button pulled into your spine, shoulders will stay back and down. Final exercise there, we're gonna hit the floor and go high to low plank. So we'll start high plank, hands under shoulders. Then what we do is we just lower ourselves into a low plank and push ourselves back up into a high plank. We're just doing that 30 seconds, up and down, up and down, up and down, okay? So those are the 6. I'll of course be doing them if you have questions, or you can just holler in my ear, but we're grabbing both dumbbells and we are starting with dumbbell swings right now. Generate power here. As you hinge back, feel those hamstrings lengthen. What that does is increases the force that they can put out, the power that you can project with them. So feel that building as you hinge backwards. You don't squat backwards. Good. You're more than welcome to hold a weight for these curtsy lunges. To squat, you of course don't have to, especially at first, as you just get comfortable with the movement. Take this nice and slow. As we do a curtsy lunge, we feel that inner thigh work for us. And then as we do our leg lift, we're feeling that outer thigh. Working all parts of it here. Good, switch sides. I want you to feel nice and sturdy on that planted leg in each movement. If you have to slow it down, by all means do that. We're here for 10 more seconds. Then we grab weights, and we have the bicep curls with the isometric hold. Good. Pick them both up. Left arm's at 90. Right arm's curling. You're gonna feel that left arm start to burn. Just holding that weight there. That's what we want. You can have a slight bend in your knees here. Good. Switching sides. Right arm goes to 90, stays at 90. Make sure it's there. You're feeling the bicep working still in that right arm, even though it's not moving through movement. Good. In 5 seconds, we meet on the floor, and we go low to high planks here. Excellent. Set those weights down. We're down into them. Of course, there's always the option to do these on your knees. You're going to feel the same effect. But like always, make sure that your core is engaged, your hips are down. Keep working right here. Just keep a nice tempo and relax. Excellent work. So that's that group of exercises. Hopefully you're feeling comfortable with them. We've got about 30 seconds rest, and then we hit them hard again. Trying to get our heart rate up with those dumbbell swings, and then as we work through, we're trying to keep that rate at that same level. So we may need to move quicker through movement to make that happen. But we're grabbing our weights, and we are off with dumbbell swings right now for 30 seconds. As those weights come down, feel like there's someone pushing them against you, and you're using your triceps to fight against them. Like when you're swimming through water, you have to push through that water. Good. Drop your weights. We've got curtsy lunges. You can, of course, hold one. If you want, holding both may be uncomfortable and get in the way for the lateral lift, but if you want to give it a shot, by all means, do it. And we'll switch sides. If you really want to focus on engaging that lateral thigh here and glute, point your toes in towards your shin as you raise your leg. Good. Grab your weights, bicep curls, left arm stays at 90. Right arm's doing a full curl all the way down, all the way up. These should feel increasingly difficult as the times and the sets go on. Make sure that arm's at 90. You don't let it fall. Good, switch sides. Right arm stays at 90. Elbows staying nice and tight to your ribs. They're not floating to your side. In 10 seconds, we've got our high to low planks. Good. We meet in the ground. Make sure we keep our butt down here, even while we're shifting from high to low. If you can remember which arm you led with last time, try and go the other way. So whatever arm goes down first, Try and switch that arm. And relax. Excellent work. We've got one more round of those. 30-second rest, and then we hit it again. Feel confident in the movements this time through. Draw your mind to the part of the body we're doing. Really get that engagement. We go again in about 5 seconds with both dumbbells. We've got swings. I think I'm going to use one this time to see if I can get a little bit more power out of my legs with that movement, but we are off here. Pushing yourself. You got this. Arms don't need to go super high. Just to when they naturally kind of stop swinging from what power your lower body's creating. Good. We move into curtsy lunge with a lateral leg lift here. If there's one part of the movement you prefer here, you can double up on it, maybe do 2 lunges for 1 leg lift, vice versa. You can add a little bit of variety here, depending on what you want. Good, we transition to the other side. After this, we have both dumbbells for those bicep curls. Good. Grab them. Left arm at 90. Right arm curling. Shoulders back and down. Belly buttons pulled into your spine to get that core engagement. Oh yeah. My arm's wanting to drop. Switch sides. We're almost through. Last 10, and we're to the ground for those high to low planks. Good, to the ground we go. And we go up and down. We're trying to place those elbows right under our shoulders, and then when we push up, those hands right under our shoulders. Our butt stays down. Five more seconds right here. Finish it out. Good. Relax. We have a little bit longer break here. We're done with that second box. So we're moving into the bottom right. Okay. First exercise. High knees. Pretty self-explanatory. Take them where you need them. If high impact bothers you, then you can just do more of a march. If you're able, then you can definitely do them quicker. Try to decrease the time that your feet are on the ground between steps. So we're just steady in high knees for 30 seconds. Then we're picking up our weights. Again, you can use 1 or 2. If you have 1, just make sure that you're holding each end in a hand. If you have 2, obviously 1 in each hand. We're doing single leg deadlifts here. So we've worked on these. We've worked different aspects of these, but what we're gonna do is keep our weights on the outside of that leg that's steady on the ground. Other leg comes completely off. As we lower our torso, our leg lifts. So we keep a straight line from our head to our toe, and this hip is just acting like a point of rotation. So we just lower, nice and in control. Feel that hamstring work. It stretches as we go down, and then we engage it and pull it as we come up. So we're steady for 30 seconds on one leg, switch legs, then we go to the ground and we're doing knife jacks or jackknives. Now that I said knife jacks out loud, they're jackknives. So what we're gonna do for these, we're gonna put just one leg up in the air here, and you can do a couple variations here. Opposite arm is gonna go down, and then we just go up and reach. This is core. So as we're getting that rotation in, you can do both arms. That's gonna increase the intensity, but we're just gonna do one leg up at a time, and then we'll switch legs for 30 seconds, and then we end with our glute bridges. So heels in the ground. By all means, if you want added resistance, put some weights across your hips, but then we use our shoulder blades and our elbows as points to push against the ground with, get full extension of those hips, squeeze our glutes, and we lower, tap, lift, lower, tap, lift. So same deal, we go for 30 seconds each. And we start with high knees right here. Ready? Let's do it. 30 seconds. Just like all the others, we're working to increase our heart rate with this first exercise, and then keep it up with our other exercises. 10 more seconds. Good, grab your weights. We've got single leg deadlifts here. Chest stays big. This movement may be slower as you try to control it. Feel that leg that's in the ground working for you. Good. When you come back to the top, switch your legs. As you go down, I want you to think about your hips and back staying as even as possible. You don't want them opening up to the side. Good. We hit the floor. We've got jackknives here. So just one leg up. Feel that core work for you. Get legs straight up in the air, and you're just reaching for that toe. Five more seconds, and all we're doing is switching legs, and switch. Think about your core pulling you up to those toes. Good. Heels down. We have glute bridges here. Make sure you're getting that full extension. Really using your shoulder blades and your traps as a point to push against to raise those hips up higher. Excellent work. We're done with that round. Quick little rest. Then we meet back at the top for high knees. We are almost there. We've got 2 more rounds of this, and then 2 more rounds of minute intervals, and we can call it a day. So on that note, high knees start now. Get that heart rate up. Keep your shoulders pulled back here. Try and increase the number of high knees you get in this time. Decrease the time your foot's on the ground. Good, grab both weights. Single leg deadlift. This, again, is a hinge at that hip. You'll have a slight bend in your knee, but the movement isn't coming out of your knee. As our upper body lowers, our lower body lifts. We switch sides. Testing our balance. If you feel that you're struggling in balance, think about spreading your toes. And feel like pressing 3 points of contact into that foot. Good, we have jackknives on the ground. One side right now. Keep working here. Five more seconds, and we switch sides. Good, switch. I definitely have some tight hammies, and this exercise is showing it. Trying to pull my leg up to 90 degrees. Last 10 seconds, and then we have glute bridges. Good. Heels into the ground. Glute bridges. Make sure your feet are at a distance where when you push up, your knees should be at about 90. You don't want them too far out, and you don't want them too close, or you're not going to get that good glute hamstring engagement we're looking for here. Excellent. Relax. We have one more round of that group of exercises. It'll be a quick 3 minutes. And then we're into the fun stuff, the minute-long intervals here at the end, doing a little bit of a burnout. All right, we go with high knees in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round right here, 30 seconds. Push it. Halfway. Good, relax. Grab your weights. Single leg deadlift here. We got this. Push yourself through. Stay in control of your body here. Switch sides. Remember, trying to keep your hips and back parallel to the ground. We're not opening up as we lower. Good. To the ground. Jackknife. One leg up here. Get that nice torque through your core, rotation. And switch your sides. Keep working halfway through, and then we have glute bridges. My abs are feeling these. Both feet down, glute bridges, here. We're almost there. The end is near. Keep working. Excellent work. Relax out of that. We are not done yet, but we're closer. Next round, intervals increase to a minute. 4 exercises though. So, first exercise, caterpillar burpees. So we're incorporating 2 movements here. The caterpillar crawl, obviously, the burpee, obviously. So we start, hands reach down to the ground, they walk out as far as possible. Then we jump or walk our feet into our hands, jump up, hands go back down, jump or walk your feet back, hands walk back to your feet. I don't want you to stand up between reps unless you have to. Keep yourself with those hands on the ground. The only time you come up is when you jump up in the middle of the burpee. After a minute of that, we're going around the world lunges. So we have lunges in 3 spots. We lunge forward, out to the side, and back. Then, other leg, forward, out to the side, and back. We stay just doing that. Do. Minute. Then, plank swimmers. So, we get in that low plank position again, elbows under shoulders. Then what we do is we act like one arm is swimming. So we straighten it out, bring it around, and then bring it back in. Out, around, in. Just like you're swimming. Obviously, we can't do both arms at one time or our face would be smashing into the ground, but one arm at a time. Nice, big, full strokes. A minute of that. Last exercise, however you have room. All we're gonna do is lateral walks. So here we incorporate the hinge to get those hamstrings and we squat a little bit to feel our quads. Core stays up, feet are a little bit wider than shoulder width, and we just take small steps, holding down in this squat, maybe 3-inch steps, back and forth, but we're staying here, keeping our legs activated for that whole minute, and man, should they be burning at the end of it, okay? So, here we go, 4 minutes, that's all we have left. We're gonna hit each of these exercises one time and we'll be done for today. So, let's get after it, gang. We are off. We have those caterpillar burpees to start with. So walk those hands out as far as you can. That may be farther than under your shoulders. Jump or walk your feet in. Jump up, hands back, jump, walk feet back. Hands go back to your feet. And then you just crawl it back out. Keep going here. Those hamstrings should really feel this exercise. Try and keep your palms on the ground in all aspects of this, except when you're jumping up, then you can raise the roof with them. Excellent. Around the world lunges. Grab your weights if you want. You can definitely just use body weight here. Make sure you're stepping out an appropriate distance for your lunges to protect your knees. Knees should not shift over toes. Be powerful as you spring yourself back to the center from each movement. Good work. 15 more seconds here. Last 5. Good. Meet me on the ground in that low plank for swimmers. So this, we of course have our core engaged. We're in a plank. But then feel that lat work as you go into the swimming movement, especially as you stroke back. Mentally, tell yourself you're working against the resistance of water. We're halfway there. Stay in it. Right here. 15 more seconds. Good, hop up, lateral walks. Let those legs burn on this one. Hold resistance in your inner thighs. Keep the movement small. You're gonna feel that activate your glutes. Your quad should start shaking. Chest stays big. We got this. We have 30 more seconds. Stay in it. Squat a little lower. I know you can. Feel the burn, baby. 10 seconds. Go a little bit lower here. Good. Relax. Come up out of it. Get a quick drink of water. And then we'll stretch it out. Woo! Good little burnout there at the end. Feeling it, the core and legs especially. We're gonna start stretching with just some standing. Sorry, take that out. Arm over. Whew. And we'll switch. Excellent, we'll go into triceps, so bring it up behind you. Pull that elbow. And switch. Excellent. Now we're just gonna do a little bit of a hip hinge. Let your head hang heavy. You're gonna have some bend in your knees, but then I just want you to swing your arms like we do when we warm up, except let gravity kind of hang them as you swing them. They should feel heavy doing this, but this will increase that range of motion in your shoulders a bit. After that, you can just let them dangle in front of you. Let your head dangle. Hang heavy. And then from here, we'll take our time rolling up nice and slow. Feel each vertebrae slowly stack on top of the other, but you're feeling a stretch between each one. Excellent. We're going to meet on the ground in tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We'll do cat-cow. So first, we're going to tuck our chin, round our back out, pull your shoulder blades apart. Good. From there, we lift our forehead, drop our stomach, look up towards the ceiling for cow. Back into cat. Down into cow. One more time of each. Up into cat. And down into cow. From here, we can connect our big toes, spread your knees apart, sit back and let those hands walk out for child's pose. You can lay your forehead on the ground. And we'll walk our hands to the right. Feel a nice stretch along that left side body, up through your armpit. And other way. Good, and we'll go into center. And then from here, I want you to bring your knees together, and we're actually going to push forward to stretch our chest a little bit. So legs are flat on the ground. Palms push in. Pull those shoulders away from your ears. Good, then we can push back into tabletop, flip around to our butt, and then we'll just end with our spinal rotation. So cross one leg over, opposite arm to the outside. Good. Switch sides. Excellent. Then we'll just end with one big inhale. Reach your fingers to the ceiling. Fill up and exhale. Reach for your toes. Give yourself one last full body stretch. But that is what I have for you. Thank you for coming tonight, and we will see you on Monday.